What do you think about winning a game like that when your guys? I guess you guys had a school record school pitchers had a school record.
Yeah,
15
it's a record that you don't want, obviously. I'm just looking over here and I see that we walked about 15, and we gave up 5 runs in 1 inning without giving up a hit. I think there were 2 errors on one play and an error to lead off the inning, and it's pretty amazing. It was shocking actually, and for us to get out of that inning, only down like a run was a run or two. I guess 2 runs was incredible in itself. And then I don't know, maybe we were down 3 runs, but we punched in. Martin hit that home run, but the ball was absolutely crushed, and kind of gave us a little more hope over there in dugout. Like, hey, we felt like there was plenty of time. It was just a matter of could we stop them. Our plan was to go to Reindl and Loeschke and Lee at the end of the game, so we had to have some of these younger guys bridge it, give us that gap, and obviously Ramage came out and did a great job with the bases loaded and got us through that inning, and then then the next inning it just went away. Brought Rutledge in, and he couldn't find the zone whatsoever, and that was really disappointing. Not only did he not find the zone, I think he threw 2 or 3 wild pitches. 2 of them scored runs, and he's just trying to slow down the train over there a little bit. And fortunately for us, they didn't get a big hit or a big bases clearing home run or anything that would have put them up big time. And you look up, it's only the 4th inning, and we're going, oh, we're fine, and chipped away a little bit and got a couple guys on, and then obviously got the big 3-run opposite field home run from Fletcher that ended up putting us up, and it was pretty amazing, honestly.
How big is Fletcher's catch?
It was incredible. I mean, there was a runner at, I guess, was there a runner at first when that catch was made? And when it left the bat, I didn't think he would get to it, and it almost looked like he had to slow down just a touch to catch it and come back, curl back just a little bit, because I think the wind was pushing it down. But just another incredible catch. There's one every weekend at a minimum, it seems like. And the interesting thing is that it's always, at least the last 3 or 4 of them, it seems like it's always when the game's on the line. It's not just 2 outs, nobody on. It's us with a 1-run lead, 2-run lead, or tied, and he keeps it for us. So he had a great day with the bat, but he also saved some runs with his glove.
What did you see on his home run?
I saw a guy that was a little frustrated at the plate. He swung at 2 breaking balls, didn't look good. Then he hung a breaking ball, and he got out just out in front of it and had a 3-run homer go foul. You could tell he was frustrated, and we were all just telling him, hey, go the other way, shoot one the other way. And the guy tried to sneak a fastball by him like he was sitting on a breaking ball, and he just took a really nice swing, and he caught it in the sweet spot. Right when it left the bat, we knew it was going out of the park.
What did you feel about Loeschke and Lee and your Randall today?
They just showed a lot of toughness. They came in, and Loeschke pitches 2 days in a row, and Lee pitches a couple days in a row after DHing on Friday, and then Reindl, pitched for his 2nd time on the weekend, and that's kind of the script we had laid out. We just were thinking it was going to be more like 1 inning apiece, with Lee just spotting a guy here and there, maybe getting a lefty, depending on the score. So just proud of those guys for kind of taking the bull by the horns, man. They didn't look in the dugout. They didn't want anybody else to do it. They did it themselves.
Isaiah had been trending upward, and then it has another issue.
I don't know what to say. I really don't. I don't know what to say. I don't know what his deal is. It just is. It's frustrating for him, and it's frustrating for the team.
There were some wild pitches, obviously. It seemed like he blocked about 20.
He probably had 15 attempts, honestly. If you go back and watch a game film at all the blocks, and some of them, we wanted him to throw them in the dirt when they're head 1-2. He even calls them. But, that last block there, and then he jumped on that ball and threw that backside runner out that was an amazing play. If he's safe, we may still be out there.
With not having Cronin, how big were Jake and
They were huge. You know, we asked guys to step up, you know, when we found out, which, you know, that he was sick, you know, I mean, it was Friday in the AM sometime that we were kind of talking, Coach Johnson and I, and then so the trainer walked in and we're kind of, it's not a good sign. And that's when the news was broke to us. So the players knew, and we just told them, you have to be ready to go a couple of times. We got to have some guys step it up, finish the games.
You look at Losky's week, including Texas Tech. I think he threw 8 2/3, scoreless, a bunch of strikeouts. Just what you think of his week, and what do you think's turned it around for him?
Well, we saw this guy that you're seeing this past week in the fall, and we were thinking this is going to be his year. And you know, then it kind of went away a little bit. Season started. You know, we started him against San Diego. He had a really good first inning, and then they kind of ping-ponged him around the park a lot. And we're like, wow, what happened? And he's been climbing out of it. And, I mean, this week was – I mean, without him, you know, we might not have won two more ball games. I think he was great on Tuesday night against Texas Tech. And then, obviously, the last couple of days, you know, he kind of saved us.
How big is it to get a sweep after getting swept? You guys are still in first place. You know?
I mean, a win's a win. Just get wins, you know. And it's like I tell the guys, you know, you want to win series, but it's all about wins. And at the end of the season, you know, or at the end of the conference season, it's about how many wins do we have in league play and not so much who you beat. If you got more wins than the next team, you're ahead of them. And that's what we're trying to do, is stay ahead of as many people as we can.
How do you handle the week?
Well, we're actually going to give the guys a couple days off. You know, this is a week where we don't have a midweek game heading to Baton Rouge. You know, finals are coming up. It's a time for them to get caught up, rest their bodies a little bit. They'll lift some weights. And, you know, pitchers that need to throw, play catch, they'll get their work in, but it's not going to be an organized practice. If the guys want to come up and swing the bat, they'll do it. But it's not going to be mandatory this time and this time. And sometimes that second day off, it's like getting 3 days off for them. They need it. You know, Monday would normally be our day off. They'd do weight work on their own if they wanted to. And then Tuesday we'd practice. Wednesday we'd practice. This week we're going to give them Tuesday off as well.
Hey, Dave, we figured out today's game was 4:27. That was actually 10 minutes longer than the combined time of the South Carolina doubleheader. I know there's 7-inning games, but
yeah, 14 innings worth.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't have to play 14. We played 12, or
yeah.
We didn't hit in the bottom of the 7th, so maybe we played.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was kind of – wonder what you thought about that. Did it feel like a doubleheader today?
I mean, when you look – I couldn't believe when we got up to bat in the bottom of the third and Martin hit that home run, and at the time I guess that put us to 6-4, and then I realized it's only the third inning. We have plenty of time. You know, we have many outs to go, and, you know, we're going to come back and make this a close game, and they did it.
How's Shaddy looking now?
You know, we're going to get him looked at again tomorrow, but he claims he's getting better. But just going to have the doctors look at his hand again tomorrow. And, I mean, he wants to get back on the field in the worst way. And, you know, give credit, though, to, you know, Jack Kinley stepping in, doing a super job. And also Martin played a great second base, turned 3 double plays, and made a diving play to his left that saved a run. And who knows how many more would have scored. You never know. But those guys really stepped it up.
With what Jake and Barrett did this week, if Cronin is out extended period, how good do you feel about the?
Well, I feel good. They ought to feel good, confident. You know, I mean, you know, it all give you confidence that you could piece that together and into one game and maybe do it again another game or separate them. You know, you hope the offense takes one game and does a good job, or your pitchers, you know, you don't have to push them too much. And obviously, we hope that a couple of our starters give us 7 or 8 innings. It'd be nice to get one of those.
Anybody else? Okay.